popping on to share a very simple meditation technique that I learned in my first Vipassana course. And it'll only take 5 minutes, but it's a nice little, beginning of your day, midway through the day, sort of reset, check-in method. That if I'm a little bit out of practice when it comes to meditation, I'll often do this because it's simple but effective. Simple but effective. I'm also trying to do this on TikTok as well. I don't know. Just giving everything a bit of a practice. But actually that is asking me for way too much information right now. No, thank you. Okay, so finding a comfortable seat. Now for me, I've always got this handy little meditation cushion available, but you can use blocks. You can use anything that gives you a bit of height if sitting on the floor is just a bit too uncomfortable. I also have this lovely stool that my friend brought back from Bangladesh that is also useful. So if I want even more height, I can use that, a little double, because the essence of meditation, I think a lot of us get quite fixated on what to do with our legs, and we forget that it's actually really more important to be able to have a tall spine. Now ignore, I've got quite a bit going on here, just from my morning readings, but focusing more on how your spine is seated. So for me, a little bit of height goes a long way. And during the 10 days meditation, people sat in various positions. Some people would be sat on chairs. Some people would just need a little bit of cushioning, a little bit of height. And generally, a lot of people are constantly sort of moving, rearranging their legs. But for today's purposes, we do want to try and find a bit of stillness. And again, it's only going to be a very short meditation. We'll do a short round of Anapana meditation, which is what you spend the first 3 days of your Vipassana course doing. Vipassana is separate to Anapana. Anapana is just sort of like a preliminary method of concentration, like learning to just concentrate the mind on one area. And Anapana, as exciting as it sounds, is simply just paying attention to the area at the tip of the nose, where your breath is going in and your breath is going out. And the technique of just focusing on that one area helps to concentrate the mind on one particular area, rather than trying to, concentrate the mind on the entire body. You have this one area at the tip of the nose, so that area around the nostrils. Sometimes I used to just touch, so you know what I'm talking about. And you just keep your concentration there. You just keep bringing your attention back there. It'll go off, it'll wander off, it'll start thinking of something from earlier in the day, it'll start thinking about something later in the day. It'll do anything to try and avoid the present moment, full of distractions. So making sure that your space is clear, that your phone is out of reach, on silent, so you can just drop into a very short meditation with me. So either cross-legged, you can have your legs out in front. If you're sat on a chair, that'll also work. But just making sure that you can get a sense of a tall, self-supporting spine. And then from there, just checking in with your sit bones, so the areas that are in contact with the ground. So I'm feeling where my left sit bone, where my right sit bone is. And I just draw my attention to the body, softening into the body a little bit. Trying to find a sense of ease, relaxation. So if at this point you need to rearrange your legs or arms, then do so. And then together, we're just going to close our eyes. And closing the eyes is just another method of drawing your attention inwards, rather than having all of our external distractions captivating our attention, drawing it outward into the external. We use that practice of closing the eyes to draw our attention internally. And here, you're not trying to start any different method of breathing. You are just here to do your natural pace of breathing, your own natural rhythm, You aren't looking to alter or change the breath in any way. We are just simply observing. We're just noticing. And now I'm just asking you to bring your attention to the area at the tip of the nose. And as you draw your attention to the tip of the nose, I just want you to notice any sensations. And by sensations, I mean it can be temperature, so it can be heat, it can be cold, warm. It may be that you can feel the breath passing through that very particular area at the tip of the nose. In and out. It may be that there's a sensation of tickling, an area that you might have the urge to itch, but I'll just ask you to just leave it for the moment. It'll pass. And it might be that your attention dips in and out of various different sensations around the tip of the nose. Your attention will be drawn to my voice, or it may be drawn to areas around you. It may be a dog, a person, a noise coming from your heating. It can be anything, but then we use this practice to just simply draw our attention back to that one area at the tip of the nose, observing the sensations. So again, as your attention is drawn to the area at the tip of the nose, and I really mean the tip of the nose, so not up through the airways, not down into the lungs, just the area at the tip of the nose, as your attention remains. Your attention remains on sensation, feeling. It may be that at this point you don't know if there's any sensation or tingling. You don't know if there's anything going on, but you still remain there. And you might observe that a sensation arises, the sensation falls away. Just noticing that constant flux of change. And just remembering that if the mind does wander off, and you might catch yourself judging yourself or feeling frustrated, there's then a practice in itself as meeting that in a sense of equanimity. So you aren't bothered by it, you aren't reacting to it, you're just simply observing it. You're like, okay, so just bring my attention back. Simple as that. No judgment, just simply observing the changing patterns of sensation within the body, within that area at the tip of the nose. And now just gently bowing the head, dropping the chin in. Find a little little bit of length at the back of the head. So we'll now start bringing our attention back into the fullness of the physical body. You might want to take some deeper breaths here. And I'll just end with an Om. So you can just bring your palms together to your chest. You can join in with the Om or just listen. We'll take a deep breath in together. And then exhaling, release the hands into the lap. You can slowly open the eyes. There, so that is the first little look in to Anapana meditation, a very simple technique that you can do at any point in the day. Again, it is just simply focusing on this area at the tip of the nose, which after 3 days of that, I can say that, yeah, that was a challenging part, but thank you for watching. I'm going to try and make these just more regular because it just takes 10 minutes and then it's something that can just exist on the internet for people to use whenever they wish.